Yogis, welcome to class. Today's class is a flat belly yoga class. So specifically, this class is for those of us who do not have a strong core. So take it at your own pace and know that as you do this class over and over, you'll develop more of these muscles, but a lot of these moves are going to be some sneaky core work that you're not even going to realize is core work. All right, so to get started, we're actually going to start on our hands and knees. So bring yourself to the middle-ish of your mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and let's just begin with a few rounds of cat and cow. So place the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the tailbone, hollow out your belly, and bring your chin in towards your chest. So this is really great to stretch out the back body here. Create some space between the shoulder blades, and then go ahead and tilt the tailbone up, drop the belly, lift the heart, and the chin comes up last. We'll take 5 more of those. So round, tuck, and then inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And this is our last one. Inhale, lift all the way through, and then go ahead and find a neutral spine here. So nice flat back. Tailbone reaches behind you, hands are underneath your shoulders. We're going to reach the right leg out behind you. So even with your hips, so your body is always going to try to find the path of least resistance. That is kind of cheating, right? So you want to make sure both hips are down. I like to flex my foot here. Now, if you want to start working a little bit deeper into the core, you're going to walk your left fingertips forward and come way up onto the fingertips. Keep that belly engaged. Think about creating space from the length from the shoulders to the hips. And then even if you want to go a little bit deeper, you're going to bring the left arm out, the right foot back, push out of the right hand and the right knee, and try to keep from overarching your back here. So this is a back strengthener, but back is part of core. And then go ahead and bring that left hand down, right knee down. Let's take 3 rounds of cat-cow to flush it out. On your own breath. Maybe you do a couple more, a few less than I do. You fix your hair. 3. Nice. All right, come back to neutral. We're just going to do the second side. So the left foot reaches out, and again, this is enough. Hips are level, both hip points pointing towards the mat. Pull belly button up and in, and then start to walk your right fingertips forward. And then go ahead and start to float the right hand off the mat. So you want to try and stay as still as possible. Bring that arm next to the ear, bring that leg in towards the midline, push up off that bottom hand. This is not easy, you guys. And then go ahead and put your right hand down, your left knee down, and let's find our way up and back into a downward facing dog to stretch it out. So just reaching up and back, heels work towards the mat. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Pedal out your feet maybe. And then let's go ahead and step that right foot forward in between the hands. Left knee comes down and just reach the arms all the way up. Nice big open heart. Low lunge, easy stretch here. Left hand comes down inside the right, right hand reaches up towards the sky, nice twist. Beautiful. Both hands come down, curl the back toes under, step back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, same thing, just a nice easy stretch. Inhale, low lunge, reach up. Exhale, take the twist, right hand down, left hand up. Both hands down. Beautiful. Curl the toes under. So I want you to think about creating that space in the belly, pulling that foot up and stepping back. All right, keeping on with our core theme for today, let's roll forward, find our way into that high plank shape. So your hands are underneath your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. You're pushing away from the mat. You're a little bit curved through the upper spine, and you're creating that length down the side ribs. Nice. So if this is too much, same thing happens with the knees down. You're pushing away. We're rounding through the upper back, separating the shoulder blades, and pull that belly up and in, but it's nice and flat and long. Very nice. So wherever you're at, let's go ahead and find our way up and back, downward facing dog. So this is where it's going to get a little tricky. We're going to lower the knees towards the mat, coming to that cat-cow type shape, but we're not bringing the knees all the way to the mat. Ooh-wee. This is a little much. Knees are hovering. So your knees are underneath your hips, your hands are underneath your shoulders, and then inhale. On your exhale, downward facing dog. So you're going to push back, straighten the legs. Inhale, look forward. Start to roll forward, bend the knees, bring them underneath the hips. Exhale, push back, press the heels down. Inhale, come forward, knees come towards the mat as you stack the shoulders over the wrists. And then push back and up. Whoo-wee. Push-ups would be easier, you guys. Let's take a look up at the hands. Right leg is going to reach up behind you, step between the hands. Let's find a nice high lunge here. Inhale all the way up. I love standing core because it's not sit-ups. Beautiful. Nice. So find your way into this nice easy crescent shape. Hands come to heart center. We're going to hinge from the hips and push forward over this front leg. You probably know where we're going. If you've been with me ever, you know that the next thing to come after this is going to be that back leg lifting off the mat. You can bring your hands to the mat as you like, or you can work on your balance, which is your core, by letting that leg float and your hands stay at heart center. Now we're going to bring this left knee up to our heart space as we stand up. You can wrap your hands around your knee. Good. Standing up nice and tall, facing forward. Hands come back to your heart center. We're going right back down. Kick, left leg back. Hinge slowly into that warrior three. Bend the right knee. Place the left toes down. You're still hinging forward. Inhale all the way up. Hoo-wee. All right, let's do that 2 more times. Hands to heart. Hinge, float, warrior three, stand all the way up, hook the hands around that knee, hinge from the hips, hands come back to heart center, warrior three, step down and back, flying warrior, crescent warrior. Last time, hands, hinge, float, stand up, hoo-wee. This is very functional, you guys. Hands to heart center, kick it back, step back. Now, this time we're going to open up into warrior two. So I want you to swivel that back foot down, heel arch alignment, and whip those arms open. You don't have to whip it, however you want to do it. Find your way to that warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Hoo-wee. All right, we're going to flip the palm on that right hand, and we're going to reverse this warrior. Nice. Enjoy that big opening of the side body here. Elbow comes to knee, left arm reaches overhead. Now you can do exactly that. We're just going to take 3 of those. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, elbow to knee. I think this is 3. Inhale, up and back. Nice. Elbow to knee, left arm reaches overhead. You're welcome to stay here, or we're going to start to press into that right leg straightened out. You can bring your fingertips to the shin, that's perfect, or float that right arm out. You don't have to stay here very long. Just try to stay here for 3 breaths. Notice if you're pulling in like this, not the same shape, you're a long line, and then reach the hand. Beautiful. Warrior two. Whoo! That was intense. Left hand comes down next to the right foot. Spin that right heel up. And then if you want the bonus core work today, you're going to step this right foot back onto that left. So you're going to spin and stack and reach that right arm up. Perfect. Both hands come down. Find your way to your plank shape. Hold it here again. Knees down is the same thing. One more breath. Inhale, up and back, downward facing dog. I got good news and bad news, you guys. We gotta do the left side. Left leg reaches up. Exhale, step forward. I don't know if that's the good news or the bad news. You're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. Inhale, reach all the way up. It's the last part of our sequence, so that's probably your good news. Exhale, hands to heart center as you hinge. One step, one movement at a time. If you rush through it, you're not using muscle, you're using momentum. Float the back foot. In this case, for core work, the slower you go, the better. Inhale, stand all the way up. Hook the knee with the arms. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. Kick it, hinge, warrior three. That's why we're going so super slow here. Step back, we're still in flying warrior. Inhale, arms come up. Beautiful, two more just like that. Hands to heart center. I know, I'm tempted to go really fast too. Hinge and float, straighten that standing leg, push the lifted leg back. Hips are square, that's important. Inhale, stand up. Nice. Here we go, back, kick, hinge, step, and reach. Good job, still with me? Hands to heart center. Hinge, float. Pull that belly up and in. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Square off those hips. Knee comes in. Hooey, this is the last one. Hinge, kick the right foot back. Step that right foot down. Plant that foot down, coming into that warrior two. Hooey. Left knee forward, right hand back, right foot back. Look out over the left hand. Relax into the shape. Flip the palm, reverse. Elbow to knee, reach overhead. Go ahead and reverse. If you want to go all the way to the floor, you can. Right arm reaches overhead, left fingertips come to the mat. Inhale, reverse. You want to make sure that your left hip stays right where it is. Inhale. Totally lost track. We'll do two more. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. Last one. Reach. Finding that triangle shape. So if your hand is on the mat, go ahead and keep it there. Right arm reaches overhead. You want to open up first. Look up underneath that right arm, and then maybe start to float the left hand. So you'll notice as I came up from the floor, I'm lifting my hip up off of my thigh. So you can bring your fingertips to the mat and then float. Maybe bringing the hands together like you're holding onto a beach ball. And it's not one of those massive beach balls, it's a smaller one. Bend the knee, warrior two. All right, here we go. Back hand all the way forward. Left hand reaches up. Nice. We're going to stack, step back, spin, oops, fall out of it, stack. Good job, you guys. Bring both hands down. Find your plank shape. We're going to hang out right here. Push out of the hands. Hips reach back. Crown of the head reaches forward. Nice. Knees come down if you need them to. And then we're all going to bring the knees down and sit back, hips to heels. break here in our child's pose. We're just going to do a little bit of stretching here. A little bit of back strengthening. And finish out this little sequence. Come back all the way down onto your belly. So it doesn't matter how you get down there. Come on down. All right, my friends. We're going to reach the hands out to the end of your mat. So like you're making goalposts, only the hands are on the mat. Glue the tops of your feet to the mat. Squeeze your butt cheeks together and reach your tailbone towards your heel. So from your goalpost, I want you to lift your head, heart, and shoulders. So this might be enough. So if you really don't have a lot of back strength, this is intense enough. You do not have to go any further. This is almost enough for me right here. I would be happy to stay here. And then go ahead and lower all the way down. Now, if you need a little bit more, the next time, as we inhale, you're going to lift up head, heart, and shoulders. You're going to feel that back bend there. You're feeling the stretch in your belly, and then float those elbows back together towards each other. Nice. Bring those fingertips forward, back to the mat, and lower down. One more, just like that, whichever version you like. Fingertips, lift head, heart, and shoulders. Still keeping those cactus arms. We're pulling back. Now we're making like a W with our elbows, reaching towards each other, squeezing the bottom of your body, so your belly, your hips, your thighs, towards the mat. And then go ahead and float down to the mat. Let's go ahead and walk the fingertips forward. And from here, we're going to slide up. You're going to walk your hands back and lift up. Ooh-wee, nice big stretch here. So more of a stretch, less of a strengthener. And then lower back down to the mat. All right, rolling onto your right side. Right arm reaches out. Stacking your hips. Beautiful. Reach your left arm over top, and you can bend your knees here. Take a nice big stretch. Perfect. And then we're going to continue. We're going to roll. I'm off my mat, so roll onto your back. Maybe adjust for the being off the mat. Reach the arms out in front of, or out overhead. Nice big stretch here. And then gather those knees up into your heart space. Take a nice big hug here. As much as I'd love to say that we are done, we are not. Go ahead and grab on behind the knees. And I gotta move my microphone here, because otherwise that'll hurt. All right, we are going to rock and roll. So you're going to grab behind the knees and you're going to rock forward. Toes come to the mat, and then back. So I want you to have fun with this one and just rock and roll a little forward and back. This, believe it or not, is some core work. We're going to take about 5 of them, and then we're going to float right up into that boat, which, as I said it, I knew it was going to rhyme, and I didn't mean to do that. That's one. And then here we go. Your toes just come to the mat, or maybe they don't. Fingertips reach out. Now, your hip flexors are going to be your limiting factor here. So go ahead and reach your feet out, hold on behind the knees, and lift your heart. If that feels okay, you're on your back pocket, you can go ahead and reach your arms out. Remember, this is yoga for people with no core strength. Beautiful. Let's bring those toes to the mat, but stay exactly where you are with your upper body here. Hands come back to your heart. Now that your feet are on the mat, maybe just your toes, we're just going to turn that left elbow and look down towards the left. Back through center. Look down towards the right. Back through center. Left. So we're just ringing out. And right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Back all the way down. Stretch your legs nice and long, reach your arms overhead. The good news is that core work is done in a short amount of time. I've had a lot of good news, bad news today, huh? The core work is done in a short period of time, because we didn't do sit-ups, it kind of went fast. Let's stretch that oblique side on the other side. So roll over onto your left side, reach your left arm out overhead. You can bend your knees if you need to, otherwise one long line. Stack your right hand over your ear, interlace your fingers and stretch and pull. And then go ahead and release and come back onto your back. So you're welcome to hang out here, finish your class in your Shavasana, let your feet reach long down the mat, your hands by your side, and just lay here and recover. Or if you've got stuff to do today, it's time to get up, get moving. You can move on to the next thing you've got going for you. So core work should not be done every single day. However, core is part of yoga, is always going to be working different muscles at different periods of time and different shapes. So functional core work can actually be done a little bit every single day. So thank you so much for joining me on the mat today, yogis. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Namaste.